So we're back with another drone video. This is on Monday. Today's Wednesday. No work today. We ended up having the video y'all seen on Tuesday, like 3.2 inches of rain yesterday evening. Nothing too bad right here in my immediate area where I live right here now, just to the north of town and kind of west of town. Bunch of trees down. There were some trees down kind of sporadically here, there, and yonder, but no tornado here, just big wind and tons of rain. I was out and about early this morning at daylight, and everything was about flooded out with water on it. I even flew the drone some this morning, and everything just looked like a lake. This is an SMZ we're coming up on right here. You can see the creek down in it. You can see how good it looks with the trees left on both sides of it. But going back to what you're looking at here on the video, this is a edge of a tough spot right here. You can see Chad up at the middle of the screen trying to come out of a gully right there. The drone doesn't depict it with the trees on there very much, but these holes are pretty gullied out, pretty deep, a lot deeper than what it appears to be on there, and they're difficult to work because you got to kind of come up those gullies, and that's where all the sediment is going to be that runs off the sides and the top of the hill. So it's just a struggle trying to get out. Now all this has been cut. Now you can see that probably a poplar tree right there, about to leaf out. It's starting to green on up, and here probably by the end of the week or the weekend, they'll be fully leafed out. It's always interested me, the trees, how different species of trees leaf out as the weather kind of progresses and warms up. The poplars and gums and stuff, they leaf out pretty quick. I just noticed the hickory outside here and just beginning to get buds. You can see Derek shoveling stuff around. Man, it is a slow go dealing with this stuff like this. It's nothing that you can do fast. I mean, even if I tracked off the hill on my loader to get in there to help Derek, well, then you take the machine off the deck, and then you're burning fuel down there, and it's just back and forth, and there's no real good way to do this, because also you got to remember, what you're getting paid to do this. And with fuel the way it costs right now, it's very easy to burn up a lot of money really quickly if you're not very careful and paying attention to what you're doing. You can cost yourself quite a lot of money. But again, we've got this spot cut out right here, and you can see Derek right there working his way around. Again, those are the gray trees. Those are going to be poplars, and then the green ones are all going to be loblolly pines. They're going to be planted, and all the hardwood came up, after the pines were planted. And that old hardwood, it grows well, man. It grows quick. It grows just like that pine will in the right situations, because you can see it's the same height. Some of them even taller than the pines are right there. But we don't like a whole lot on this job now, but the weather is playing havoc on us, trying to get the track wrapped up. Because the problem here is also the county road has been giving us a good bit of trouble, and each time it rains, of course, it's raining on the county road up there too, and it makes it very difficult to get trucks out loaded, and you just gotta deal with it the best that you can. I've seen people mention the air inflation systems on trucks. We've had a few here in our area. One company actually outfitted all their trucks with it, which they had about 6 trucks, I think, and they put it all on there. Nobody else did. That's a crazy expensive system, and there again you have to go by what you're making. But there's a couple of trucks running around there. Verdict's still out as far as them working in our area, because if they did and they worked well in this red clay, all the trucks around here would probably end up having them on it. But the one that got them on there, that was probably 20 something years ago, and the inflator mechanism and stuff stuck out between the tandem of the truck, and then it stuck out the side a little bit. So if you rubbed a bank or slid into a bank, you were going to hit it and tear it off. Or if you blowed out a tire or something, that thing was in the cap stayed on it and slapped. That thing was going to be history. And I think 20 years ago, or maybe, well, it's probably longer than that now. It's 96. Those things were running about $10,000 a truck, and I'd hate to know what they cost right now. So it's actually, you start trying to outfit all those trucks. You say, well, you can still work. Well, you might can work and you might not can, because the few guys that's got them right now, they don't go in the woods with them when it's raining. You just, you have to do every area. You have to work with what you got. And this red clay, you can see it right there. It is no different than being on ice, because what happens is, even on the hills, Derek slid off one of them hills Saturday in the track cutter in the 830. And I think it took him and Chad quite a while to retrieve that cutter and try to work it back up. It was just even with the single grouser pads and the tall cleats on it, just impossible to get any grip. I mean, even though you're biting into it, it's like being on ice. So you can see, this is the back of the track. You can see all the way up there to where we're at. And as I fly up, you will, as I get up here to the loader, I'll lift the drone and you can kind of see what's left. All this back here is finished. You can see the tops of the hills where the skid trails were. It's been brushed with all the slash and limbs and stuff that was left over. That's what we do with that, is spread it on the hills, on the skid trails, and we use it for matting to run on and work on. And that's what holds us up and keeps us on top of the ground. You see this one right here coming in the middle of the screen. That's still an active skid trail, because that's what we were using. That we were coming up on the right there, coming up the middle of the screen, and we're also coming up on the far screen. You can see that skidder right down in there, the 635. There's the 630 right there running. Straight ahead is what we've got left to cut. I don't know, it looks like it's probably, 15, just judging, 15, 16, 18 acres left back there up to the hardwood line to finish out. So hope you enjoyed this. So an update on the AT&T fiber. They made a connection right there at that pole, and that section right there, when they buried it from there to the house, it was bad, and so they had to leave it laying on top of the ground. The guy come in here today, and this has been going on now since the 1st of February, I believe, that I first ordered this. The guy that came in today was the best one out of all the guys that have been here yet. And he told me, he said, look, he said, I'm gonna fix you up today. And he put it in the ground right there and went to the house, and I helped him this morning and got it all situated up. Everything's working the way it's supposed to now. So it's all buried, everything's in the ground. Yeehaw. So let's check the fire out. So there's the current situation with the fire. I piled it up this morning. I was surprised how quick the chunks done burned up, because them were some monster chunks. What is it, Sadie? She kind of yelped at me a little bit, but yeah, man. And that's after over 3 inches of rain on it yesterday evening and last night. So that just goes to show, like, when the firefighters are trying to put a fire out, how much water it takes to put a fire out, because when I come out first thing this morning, there were flames coming up out of it before I piled it up. I kind of sifted some of these chips on it there, but it takes a lot of water to put a fire out, especially with that kind of bed of coals. But she's rolling on along. I'll probably won't mess with it anymore this afternoon or anything, just let it burn the rest of the evening through tonight. Probably come out here in the morning or something and pile it up, or sometime during the day tomorrow, and get it back piled up, because my goal is to get all these chips burned up too right here. So that's the dealio on that. And if everything works right, I should get the lift lettered tomorrow. I been trying to line mine and Corinne's schedules up for about the last 3 weeks, and it has not worked out. So I've got a lot of real estate on the boom right there. I'm gonna use that, the lower, larger section to put the main lettering on it. And then I'm just gonna tell her what I want and just let her do it however she wants to do it, because she does a lot better job and does it all the time, and she does it good when I just tell her to do it, fix it up however she wants to see fit. So and we'll get her figured up there. So I'm gonna throw this thing together and get it out where y'all can watch it. Appreciate y'all watching. We'll catch y'all later. Later, taters.